Coach, are you more
Hey, D-Mac, hang on. I'll call on you guys. Okay? D-Mac, go ahead.
Come on. You've been around a long time.
Shout out to the Ramos Law Hotline. Car accident, you need Ramos Law. Medical doctor and attorney, ramoslaw.com. How'd you feel, Coach, about D-Mac just trying to jump you the second you got in that press conference room?
He got a little excited there.
Yeah. Well, the first thing I wanted to ask for you, it was an exciting game with a whole bunch of things you can discuss. Did the 56 minutes of 8-0 hockey and the joy of that outweigh the 4 minutes of being outscored 4-0?
Yeah, it did. It did. It's kind of nice to see the puck going in the net on our side of it. As a coach, when you're going through that, because I didn't love what we were doing on the defensive side of things in the first period. Like, they're a really good team, a quick team, but I just felt like on our half of the ice that we were standing around a little bit, and they were there was too many close calls that I thought were going to be like dangerous plays, that we were doing a good job of breaking it up with their sticks and whatnot. And so I didn't love the first period. We talked about it in the intermission. And then the second we came out, we got more assertive, and that's what I wanted us to do, to get up, get skied, and get more assertive on our half of the rink, because I thought our forecheck was rolling pretty good. And then we started making some strange decisions. Let's just say that. And both with and without the puck, and they were capitalizing on their chances. But I liked our third. I thought it was a disciplined third, and we did a good job hanging on to the lead and securing that game.
Coach, how does a game open up like that, where every offensive possession turns into a goal or a near goal? How does that happen?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to explain, because I don't think it was a lack of try defensively from our team, but it was, like I said, it was strange decisions. I think on our side of it last night, I'm not so sure there wasn't some, fatigue. Guys were ready to work. They knew it was a big game. We wanted to get back on track, but coming off the road trip, yesterday, the day off prior to the game in Jersey seemed like it just flew by after the back-to-back, and we're back at the rink and getting ready to go. And so we gave our guys off the day off today, because some of those decisions weren't normal. We'll go through it as a team tomorrow morning, and we're going to talk about our first 10-game segment and what we liked and what we didn't and what we need to improve on, and then we'll go have a good skate and get ready for the back-to-back this weekend. But I'm hoping it was fatigue. I know there's some things we're going to teach and revisit that we haven't touched on enough probably since training camp. So, it's kind of hard to explain.
Coach, I'm a law of averages guy, and I knew it was only a matter of time before that power play did some good things, and obviously it did last night. Same kind of story with Victor Olofsson, only a matter of time before that shot goes in the back of the net, and it did 3 times. So how much does a night like last night, even that 4 minutes and 4 seconds aside, sort of give everybody an opportunity to take a deep breath and go, okay, this is who we are. Let's rock and roll.
Yeah, I think that can help us in a bunch of ways. I look at the power play last night, and everyone wanted to shoot it. I said last night in the press conference, everyone wanted the puck, everyone wanted to shoot the puck, and we were blasting away. And we go get a bunch of goals. And Ole's been shooting the puck. He's been doing some good things, and he's a big part of the power play, and then also 5-on-5, and he can rip it. And he finds the back of the net to gain some confidence. And that can work for you, and that can carry over going into this weekend. You just keep the same mentality. Well, the coaching staff will try and stress the right things to our group, and, they'll be able to see it on video tomorrow. And you're thinking, well, it's been ice cold, and last night it was red hot. So hopefully we take a little bit about what we did last night and start carrying it over as part of the identity of the group.
Head coach of the Avs, Jared Bednar, with us as he is every Wednesday, and they're always brought to you by Mr. Rooter Plumbing, proudly rooting for Colorado's hockey team. This is a veteran-laden team, but you do have some young guys on the roster, Bardakov, Brindley, even Drury's only 25 years old. What do you think about the play of some of the younger guys in the group?
I thought those guys were outstanding last night. Yeah, like they've been kind of, depending on the night, we've been trailing here a little bit lately, so they've been getting a few less minutes than what I would like, and trying to use them as much as possible. And their line, Parker, Kelly, Bartikoff, and Brindley had a meeting with Hackstall yesterday in the morning, and Dave went through a bunch of things with them and trying to get them all on the same page and where they can spend some more time in the offensive zone. And they felt good about the meeting when they walked out, and then they played amazing last night, and they helped get it started for us offensively. And like the bulk of their time on the ice was in the offensive zone, creating chaos at the net front of the opposition. And I love seeing that out of that line, because I think they'll go through that game with them again to show them what they did so well, and I think it's repeatable from that line. They're all three really hard-working guys, never going to cheat you on their effort, and they all have enough skill to help things, make things happen offensively, and they're responsible guys on the defensive side too. So I thought those two guys especially were really good last night. No
offense to guys who have been called up before, guys who have made the team before, and so on. But I feel like I notice those guys almost every night, Coach. And I'll focus specifically on Brindley, where he's making some really heady veteran plays to spring a guy, or to do this, or to do that, or to read the play and make the pickoff and then get a chance at scoring. I mean, it feels like his game is really coming. Bartikoff, obviously, with a goal last night, but his physical game is starting to be there as well. That these guys are not just sort of plug-ins; these guys are doers. You know what I mean? Yeah,
no question. And that's what, like, there may come a time where everyone's healthy, and we see, maybe they're in or out of the lineup. Who knows? Time will tell. But they're on our roster because they made our team, not because of injuries. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
It's different than losing a bunch of guys and calling guys up, and you need that kind of depth too, and we have it. But these two guys were impressive in training camp, and they won roster spots, and they're showing you why. Like, I think if I play Brins more, he's going to do more. It's just hard when you have lines structured and got good depth. Like everyone on our team, and I hope everyone on our team is sitting there going, "Geez, I wish I had just a couple more minutes of ice time." That's a good thing. I don't want one or two guys feeling that way. I'd rather have the whole team feeling that way, So they stay hungry, but you're right. They're making things happen. Like Brindley, I think, power play, penalty kill, he can do all of it. And Barty's still getting used to the details on the penalty kill. He can pick up more minutes there. So there's strengths to these guys' game, and they're starting to show. And it might not be every night where they're on highlight reels, but they're chipping in. Otherwise, we wouldn't be winning.
You're among the league leaders in points. I don't need to tell you that. There are 5 teams with 16 points. I couldn't imagine where you'd be if maybe you took a couple of those points in overtime. Is the overtime and the fact that you've got 4 of them and you've yet to win one of those overtimes, is it just luck? Is it just we got to regather ourselves? What is it?
Yeah, I know everyone freaks out over this all the time, and we've gone in ebbs and flows with it, but we have 2 overtimes and 2 shootouts. So shootout, I mean, you can flip a coin. We're not a very good scoring shootout team, and that's why we have 2 shootout losses. Like, I don't care who I shoot, who they are, what their record is. It's like we're not really a great scoring team in the shootout. So we have 2 losses there, which is, again, for a coach, it's a flip of a coin. When you go to overtime, we have 1 bad decision up ice that gave up an odd man rush almost immediately in the Utah game, and they scored on it. And then we talked about it, and then we came back the next overtime game and kind of did everything right, and we had a breakout that we, put up in the air to one of our guys, and it hit him, and then it bounced into the middle of the rink, and we recovered, and they shot it off our stick in the top corner. So it's a turnover now, so it's not lack of effort. We did everything right to check it back, and then we turned it over, passing it to ourselves because it got deflected into our guy's chest. So I mean, I can't say like it's not effort, because we did have one effort play and one back checking play that cost us, and the second one was a little bit unlucky. So to me, it's too small a sample size yet to get all worked up about it. It's not like we're not paying attention to it, but I'm not getting worked up over it. It's kind of the same as the power play, just kind of finding its footing over the first 10 games.
Head coach of the Avs, Jared Bednar, with us. Just curious, you're few games into the season now. How would you evaluate Landy and his return so far?
I think he's been good. I think that he's still working on the pace and quickness in the game, and on some days it looks perfectly normal. On other days, the pace seems like it's not quite there. But on all the nights, like his consistency, his detail, the heaviness that he plays with down low and net front, and offensively under the tops of the circles. I think his stick's been amazing on the forecheck and breaking plays up. There's so many things that he's been doing right, and then I'm seeing flashes, more and more of the pace and ability to pick his way through opposition in the neutral zone and create some chances off the rush. I'm seeing a little bit more of it on some nights than other nights. So I think that's perfectly normal. You miss that much time. Now you're playing every day, practicing all the time. That there's likely a little bit of fatigue, but he's feeling good when it comes to the knee. And I think you got to start getting reps in to keep getting the pace up, and that's what he's doing. So I like what he's been doing as a leader of our team. There's no question, and there's certain parts of his game that I think are really strong right now, and some that need to continue to develop here.
Caught you last night. I'm going to let you know a little secret. We had that camera that sits between the benches. And when Olofsson scored, I think it was his hat-trick goal, Coach Hackstall looked at you, and you kind of looked at him, and you gave, I think your mouth moved a tiny bit toward a smile.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it.
Did you see that too, Vic?
I saw it.
Just a tiny bit. I said, I gotcha. Johnny was talking about something, or Riker was, or whatever. I'm like, there it is right there. I mean, that had to feel good, right?
I think, I'm not going to lie to you. I gave it a couple fist pumps on the bench last
Really?
night in the first two goals. Well, I was so happy for, number one, the power play to get rolling. So that was, pretty exciting. And then Olofsson and was another one. And I think the one you caught me smiling on the hat-trick goal, I'll fill you in on a little story here. Mack completely called his shot on that pass before it happened. So that's how intelligent he is and how much he cares, and he's digging in, right? He says on the bench, he'd be ass-hacking. He's like, hey, when we do the tag up and I go to Ole's side and Ole passes it down to me, if that's Dylan, their defenseman, he's going to run back to the net. Do you think I can get it back to Olofsson for a good flank attack shot? And we're like, yeah. It's going to be hard righty to lefty kind of thing. You're both going to have to get outside quite a ways and then to get into a good spot of the ice without them deflecting it. And he pulls out he's a little inside, but he throws it behind his back to Olofsson, and it's in the back of the net almost immediately. And we're like, well, I guess that'll work. So we got pretty excited on that for Ole and for Mack to kind of see it and read it, and they see it on the iPad, and he knows what he's feeling, and then he executes it right away as soon as they get out there. So it's pretty impressive.
Two quick things for you, Coach. Number one, I know that Sammy G's week to week. Is there any update on that?
They're both coming this weekend on the road with not the intention to play, though. So they've been skating with the team, and now we're going. We'll have, they're both early games, so not a bunch of time on the ice with the team, but they'll go on, and we'll have a couple of healthy extra guys that will go on. And so, yeah, I don't have a firm timeline, but we're still thinking like early November here. And O'Connor's the same. Like both those two guys seem like they're trending onto the same sort of timeline here.
And then finally, because it's another day game, how do you celebrate Nevada Day when you're in Nevada?
I don't.
Coach, listen, we were talking about it, and we think it's very important. No matter what happens in Vegas and in San Jose, back-to-back day games, no matter what happens, I think it's important to pass on to your team, win or lose. It's important to have fun, and I hope
try
you
your best.
pass that on.
Hey, try your best and have fun.
I'm going to tell you, Coach. Moser said that to a few guys before the game, and then the power play got rolling. I think our advice might have worked.
I think it is important. You know, like I believe that. Like I've seen our team, like not stressed because of like expectations, but just because of the way lots of our guys are wired. That like it's just like business uptight, you know, and that's not. I mean, it's great to have a really good focus, but you also want to be loose, right? Loose is fast, and so you got to play with great detail, and you have to have great focus. But like when it comes to game time, you also got to be relaxed and feeling it to kind of hit your stride, you know. And having fun is part of that, you know. It really is, and that's why I don't mind a game like last night and everyone feeling good about scoring. Yeah, we'll go through the defensive side, and I can get on guys tomorrow. But in the moment, feel good about what you're doing. And, you know, it's especially over the course of an 82-game season, it's too long not to have fun.
Yeah, screw that. I don't care if you're miserable. Just win.
Come on, man.
Head coach of the Avs, Jared Bednar, joins us every week. Coach, congrats on the win last night. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
Head coach of the Avs, Jared Bednar. It sounds like me and Vic's advice is what the coach would say to him. That's what it sounds like to me.
He took that to heart, that having fun thing.
Yeah.
Just try hard, or no, try your best and have fun.
Try your best and have fun.